lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Media Network. We are live here at the Irish Hills of Michigan for Michigan International Speedway. We are here for the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. They are starting off their playoffs, their chase today here at a fast-paced track with some fantastic cars and some fantastic drivers as well. So let's go ahead and look over our race info for tonight's race. I apologize. My name is Angel Santiago if I did not already say it. Work with me here. The ambient temp's going to be 73 degrees, 51% humidity, so not going to, somewhat humid out there. Partly cloudy, but the weather report did show some clearing up later on in the day. That temp staying about the same, 11 miles per hour winds. That track temp, though, 99 degrees. It was at 111, though, for qualifying. And so we'll see maybe a little bit of an uptick there in speed with a little bit of a cooler track, some more grip. But these drivers definitely said they're going to be tied at first, and then we'll have to see what the tires do from there. We'll go ahead. The drivers are getting ready. Qualifying is complete as they get gridded up here on pit lane. Truth Hoke and that number 59 going to put down a 39.186. Going to put it on pole. So let's go ahead and bring in Truth. Let's see if they are in Discord. All right, so Truth would not be in Discord here. So, nonetheless, Lee Campbell going to start on the outside of the front row. Ira Kohlhaas in third, along with Brandon Sanfilippo. Kensley Smith, Todd Slauson going to make up row number 3. Row 4 is Andrew Teff and Brandon Honeycutt. Row 5 belongs to Alex Teft and Chris Blassie. And then Dennis Kane and Alan Bergen gonna make up the final row, row number 6 here for the Racers Elite Xfinity Series race number 1 in the chase at Michigan. The Xfinity Series currently recruiting as well, $20 for their entry for the season, and some great action when you get to have these Xfinity cars. Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron Marcus. He was he's going to be starting in the 13th position. I apologize, Aaron. There were 12 who were in the session. I think one joined right at the end, so I do apologize. I didn't mean to miss you there. And then those highlighted in blue here to your left on our scoring tower, those are the drivers indicated that are your playoff ones going here into tonight, trying to do battle for a championship. That iRacing.com pace car gonna hit pit lane right here. Gonna ready to go. Green flag racing here from Michigan International Speedway. Truth Hoke is the driver on point, and up through the gears, we are green flag racing here at Michigan. You see 2 by 2 by 2 for really most of that first turn here as they come across. Get used to these different oh, I pressed the wrong one. That's why. As these drivers trying to get this figured out, speed already building. And 190 miles an hour as they go into turn number 3, already on lap number 1. They go through turns 3 and 4. Truth with a great start. Gonna clear easily for that first position coming off of turn number 4. And Truth will lead lap number 1. Get an ever so important bonus point there. Lee Campbell in the second position, along with Kensley Smith there in third. Kensley coming in having had 2 wins here on the season, already up 2 spots. Brandon Sanfilippo there in the 4th position, but that battle for 5th right now, and they were 3 wide for just a moment between the 22 of Todd Slauson, 29 of Ira Kohlhaas, and the 98 of Andrew Teft. It might be maybe a little bit more biased, but that might be my favorite paint scheme here of the evening in that number 98 Ford Performance Racing School Mustang. As these drivers look to kind of figure this out here, they're battling for the 7th position and also the 6th position, as that 11's kind of just looking on there, trying to see what he can do. And then Truth Hoke, man, what a lap time right there. 39.29, looking to continue to put some more time and distance between him and second place Lee Campbell. Man, he was about just over a tenth, almost a tenth and a half quicker that last time around. So we'll have to see as well how those tires are going to hold up for him on a long run. Or maybe he just wants to put down a couple of quick laps and then, just get some distance and see what he can do from there. Scratch that. Lee Campbell right there going to put down the fastest lap of 39.23. So about 8/100ths quicker than your leader, trying to get some time on him. As they're side by side, we got one shooting to the bottom here. That is the 29 of Ira Kohlhaas. Great save there off of turn number 2. Coming off of there side by side. It is so easy to just have that, to just get a little bit loose. You're tight, and then you're suddenly loose coming through there. And also off of turn number 4. And SRM's own Alan Bergen there in that number 89. He said, Angel, I just want to come out here, put some laps, and maybe hopefully steal a win if these guys have battled too hard, considering they're also trying to prepare themselves for the next-gen race for Racers Elite tomorrow night, also here on the Sim Racing Media Network. So field of 13 drivers, and honestly, we are actually missing one of our playoff drivers here. Hold on just a moment to see who that is. Actually, looks like Sean Dunaway, one of your drivers who did not make it in for tonight's race. He had come in, made all 10 starts in the season, and had 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s, so he'll be looking to make up some time, as now you see this battle between the 22 of Salalson and the 12 of San Filippo, and I think that 12 is just going to say, go on by, you look like you are faster, go on by. I don't want to have to, make this battle right now. I don't know. It looks like that maybe he can come back on the outside. He's got the speed, but I don't think he's actually going to do anything with it. He's just going to kind of let it go. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm mistaken. We're missing another. I can't do my math at all today. Kirby Wainscott. That's another driver that we're actually also missing here tonight. So, Kensley Smith, as I mentioned earlier, came in. He is, was your points leader coming into tonight's race in that number 15 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. Very micro-watch looking course. So Kensley coming in with 2 wins on the season, tied with Brandon Honeycutt and Daniel Honeycutt for the most on that. However, his 7 top 5s, one more than Brandon's, would give him that little bit of an edge going into the playoffs. Nonetheless, with 3 bonus points over him. And so, as you see, that 14, he's going to make that pass on to 59. He's going to take the lead here from Truth Hoke, and they are almost considering 3 wide, but it's not quite going to be that way. Here comes the 15 looking to take it away from Truth. He's not going to be able to clear him, and that's going to hurt the both of them. Going to cost them time and some of that life on that tire, and allow Lee Campbell to pull away just ever so slightly here. And for those of you watching, and if you got anybody you're rooting on, oh man, the 59 Truth going to get into the wall again there off of 2. That's going to only slow his momentum ever so, not more than ever so slightly, going to hurt it quite a bit. The 15 is going to get a good run on the inside. He's trying to clear him off of 4. I don't think he's going to be able to. No, it's going to be close right there. That 59 is going to get to the right rear quarter panel. He's going to be able to hang on to him. And 59 is going to hang on to second right there. And that's going to allow the 22 of Slauson as well to find his way into the picture. And you know what? Some of the rest of these drivers, slowly but surely, going to try to find their way around these two as they keep battling. And this is a hard-fought battle for second. And for those of you watching in the stream, thank you very much. If you got any driver specifically you're rooting on, let us know who. But at the moment, we have 13 drivers on track, and we were 3 wide there for the second position. Alan Bergen, not sure exactly what happened to him. He had to make his first pit stop here of the evening there on lap number 7. Looked like a full 4-tire pit stop as well, so I'm not sure maybe if he got into the wall and had to get some repairs done. They are offered 1 fast repair for the race and a total of 5 tire sets, including that includes the one that they started the race on. So more than enough tires to make it through this race. But the only problem is that you got to just try to find your way to manage the tires throughout the run. It's clear that we're probably not going to have many cautions with a field like this with only 13 drivers and right now only 12 on the lead lap. And so you're going to have to find a way to manage your tires and, you know what, maybe even do a little bit of a better job saving fuel. And I also hope that everybody practice some green flag pit stops as well to see if they were going to, have any issues, hopefully not, coming down pit lane on those old tires. As you see the 29 of Ira Kohlhaas and that 41 of Aaron Marcus battling side by side now for that 8th position. Ira down 6 spots, starting this race in 3rd, all the way down to the 9th position. So, not to start to the race that he wanted, but plenty of time to still make up some of that distance. Well, I say plenty of time, but oh man, that 98 I think is the one who just tagged the wall there, and Andrew Teff. I say a decent amount of time, but we're close to, as Kensley Smith is looking to the inside now with that 14. We're close to being almost a quarter of the way through this race. I just love to listen to the sounds of these Xfinity cars. They have to be some of the best sounding engines that you can hear. Just these V8s are roaring right now, and that V8 of Chevrolet of Kensley Smith just trying to track down that 14. It is hot, and they are pushing it because you can hear those tires just screeching under him right now as he is closing in on that 14 right in front of him. The 15 car from Tarboro, North Carolina. Listen to the off-throttle time is the important part as well. Slowly on the throttle. Slow. And here you are. Now you're full throttle. Once you're confident that you're up off of this turn and you're not going to lose it. It gets sideways, and he's going to do a really good job. Going to get a great run as they go into turn 3. But that 14 is going to have some great momentum on the outside. He's going to carry it. That 15 is going to slide up ever so slightly. They're going to do a great job of keeping it off of each other. But wow, oh wow, that was almost a pass for the lead. And the 14 going to show strong still on the outside to keep it from the 15. At 15 is going to have to try to figure out what else can he do. He's going to have to try to get to the outside. You know, is he comfortable on that outside? Is he only comfortable on the inside? Regardless, he's going to make it another run to the inside here in turns 3 and 4. He's going to hook that yellow line. Does a great job of it, but there's just not enough speed coming off of there. He can't carry the momentum. He's going to have to get very aggressive on this side draft, get right up on that left rear quarter panel. But you know what? He's still got a great run off of 4 to stay right up next to the 14. Can he do something into 1 is the question. But the outside in 1 and 2 does a great job of carrying momentum as well. As you can see right there, that 15, he's just got nothing for Campbell. Oh, man, both of them got loose. Man, the top 3, almost 4 got loose there off of turn 2. And that's what happens. You get behind someone, and they get a little bit sideways off of the corner, or they tag that wall ever so slightly, and suddenly you're doing the same exact thing. It just goes out there and it grabs you. That 14 cuts down in front of the 15. Not sure to try to throw a little bit of dirty air, but the 15 is going to do a great job trying to get some momentum, trying to get to the outside. It's not going to be enough, though. That 14 is going to block, and he's going to carry that outside. That's his preferred lane. That's how he's going to keep the lead here tonight. It's a great battle, and these guys are slipping and sliding right now. 18 laps in now, almost to this race. It has been green flagged the entire time. We are now 2 seconds off pace for these drivers, so they are just struggling right now. You know, they are eager to hit pit lane. Somebody's going to have to hit it here first and soon. I wonder, you know, depending on the fuel situation, are you going to try to short pit them, kind of shortcut it a little bit? Man, this 15 just dives to the inside in 1 and 2. He is looking for any opportunity. He's going to slide up. They're going to make, no contact at all. Great job. They leaned on each other, but I don't think there was much contact of any at all. That's some great racing right there between the 14 and 15. Man, if you are watching this race, you got to tell your friends. This is a great race to watch right now. This 14 and 15 are putting on a show for us. These tires, they are worn. 18 laps in, they are struggling with the way they handle. That 15 just trying to get to the outside there in 1 and 2. He's just not got enough to get there. Not enough momentum. Let's see what he does right here, that 14 is able to cut it down, and you see he's able to pull away nicely doing so as well. They're still going 185, almost 187 miles per hour into this turn. 15, he's got to keep looking low as well, though. He's got to keep doing something different, keep fresh air on the nose of that Chevrolet. And, man, it just slides right up, though. And at 22, Todd Slauson, I'm almost kind of surprised he hasn't been able to do much. But this is also, towards the end of this tire run right now, where these drivers are figuring out, maybe I pushed it a little bit too much too early. And I think right now the 59, Truth Hoke, started on pole, dropped to the 4th position. He's someone that's kind of feeling that pain. And the 98, the 12, battling for 5th. The 98, a great run. He takes the 12 on the outside, looks to the inside of the 59 into 3. But, man, it's just not enough momentum there on that inside to be able to make that pass. He's trying to slide up. Not going to be enough. We're going to be 3 wide here off of 4. The 59, the 98, and the 12. Unbelievable here. 20 on lap number 22. There's still a battle now for 2nd between Slauson and Smith. But this 3 wide battle for the 4th position. Man, what a great one it is. Andrew Teff, he's going to be able to clear. He'll get right up in front of the 59 of Truth Hoke. Truth will back off for the moment there. Just go ahead and give him some room, as that allows the 12 of Brandon Sanfilippo to pull up alongside. Go ahead and jump on board with one of these drivers as well. That 59. See how that car is driving. Man, that is not driving the way he wants it to whatsoever, and that's just the result of these older tires. And now that 59 dropping more and more positions. Your posts that are falling to the use of those tires early on in that run. And Lee Campbell right now, man, he did a great job. He held off Kensley Smith. Kensley just used up his tires trying to battle that 14, and here he is now 8/10 behind him as Todd Slauson is trying to make maybe his way around him. I don't know if he's got some fresher tires, probably some cooler right fronts than that 15 does. That's another thing, putting a lot of heat into that right front. Maybe that the percentage, it doesn't necessarily have to be bad on the actual tire wear when you come down pit lane, but the heat, oh man, it can be bad. Last night I was at Vegas in the trucks, and I was, and just in practice pushing it hard, and I mean, as hard as I was pushing it, I got that right front up to like almost 300 degrees, so it was pretty bad. And here we are, now down pit lane, Kensley Smith and Truth Hoke, the two drivers falling right now due to that tire wear. They're going to make their way down pit lane now on lap number 25 going on to 26. So that gives Lee Campbell a 1.1, almost 1.2 second lead over Todd Slauson in the second position. So we're going to see quite a few drivers coming down pit lane now. I was figuring probably about 25 to 30 laps was going to be the fuel window, so it looks like about 25 laps. You don't want to give up much more than that, as these drivers were, again, almost 2.5 seconds off pace. As here they come. Oh, Brandon Sanfilippo and the 13 as well. They're going to come down pit lane, and they are wrecking it. I think the 13 might be okay, but that 12 of Brandon Sanfilippo, that car is destroyed. He's actually going to have to take a tow from the pit lane, so that's going to be big right there Again, coming down pit lane on old worn tires. And that's going to cost two drivers right there a ton of time. That's Brandon Honeycutt, the 13, and Brandon Sanfilippo, two of your playoff drivers here having problems on pit lane. Andrew Treft, he stayed out one extra lap. He wanted to go ahead and get an extra bonus point for leading a lap. It's going to help him when it comes to this playoffs. And it looks like Ira Kohlhaas, he's going to go ahead and do the same right there and make his way to the lead with this pit cycle, as that leaves, well, Ira Kohlhaas is the only driver not to have come down pit lane, so I expect him over the next lap or two here. And here it is. Ira's going to come down pit lane now. So your leader at the moment. And then here comes Lee Campbell and Kensley Smith. They are going to be the battle for the lead when they come back around. But right now, Kensley was able to pit one lap earlier, and this allowed him to get right up alongside that 14. They almost made contact, and the 15, you have to just imagine, he knows he's got to make the move, and it's got to happen now. He's got to do it early in this run. He's got to force the issue. Put a little bit of wear in that tire. Look at that. He's going to wrap that bottom so well. He'll even run a little bit on the apron. He'll clear in front of the 14. He's even going to throw the block a little bit on him to make sure that there's no type of crossover. The 15 will be and is your new leader now, as Ira came down and is coming off of the pit lane. And that 15, Kensley Smith, what a power move right there to get the lead and say, hey, I'm going to be the one to put the block on you from now on. The question will be, can he save his tires well enough? But, man, the 14 going to tag the wall ever so slightly off of 2. And then Truth Hoke, who had came in also with Kensley Smith a lap early, he made up a good deal of time there where he is back up here, almost an 8th. Oh, and Alan Bergen, the lap car, just trying to get out of the way. Bad place, wrong time for him and some of these other drivers, and it's going to hurt Lee Campbell the most on that one. So, wow. Pit stops happened 4 laps ago, 5 laps ago. Lee Campbell had a 1 second lead. Here he is now in third, 7/10 back. All right, so now that we have gone through our pit cycle, well, the 59, Truth Hoke, he said, you know what, I led some laps last time. Let's go out there and try to get some more laps this time. I know I used my tires up that last time around. Let's go out there, get the lead, get some fresh air in the front nose of this Chevrolet, and let's see if we can do a better job saving our tires for this run. As I imagine, we probably won't see them back down pit lane until maybe lap 50. And we're going to go ahead and actually bring in our, well, I say our in-race reporter. It's going to be Alan Bergen, so hold on just a moment. SRM's very own. All right, SRM's own Alan Bergen, going to bring him here into the booth. Buddy, how you doing? Oh, Alan, can you hear us? He might not actually be able to hear us with the engine sounds. He did say he turns all the engine sounds up, so we're gonna go ahead and send him back down and let him back onto this race. Man, we're gonna consider taking our first commercial break here of the evening, but this battle for first just continues to just be intense. The 59 and the 14 are gonna continue to hound Kensley Smith. And that number 15, we move on now to lap number 33. So we've only got 48 laps to go in this race. We are inching definitely on our way here to the halfway point. That 14, Lee Campbell going to look to the inside of Truth Hoke, trying to make the pass for second. Let's get in there and see what how that car is handling for him. Well, impressive right there. The one time we decided to go on board, we're going to have a pass on the inside. That was Lee Campbell getting to the inside of the 59 of your Polster and Hoke. So Boston Spa, New York is where Campbell's hometown is, and now he sets his sights on that number 15 right there in front of him to see if he can't try to get this lead back after what was an interesting couple of laps there after the pit cycle. I think another thing that I like is the fact that your top three drivers do come from three different organizations here in the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Kensley from Driving Extreme Inc. Again, he was your points leader coming into tonight's race after the reset to start the playoffs. He had a 3-point lead to Brandon Honeycutt, his teammate, along with Brandon Sanfilippo, which we saw both of those drivers have issues coming down pit lane. So that was not the situation for them, and I'm going to have to be quiet here about points because we got a battle for the point of the race, the lead. Kensley Smith is under attack from Lee Campbell as they get side by side. Lee's got a great run there through 3 and 4, but as the 15 learned on so many occasions, it's not going to be enough, and he's got a great run, not going to be enough to clear him. Let's see what can he do here into turn 1. You know that 15, he's going to have to drive it even harder if he's going to want to stay in front of him. I think the 14 cleared him. Yeah, power move. 14 of Lee Campbell's going to take it right back away from Kensley Smith there. He's going to do it on the inside. Really what everybody seemed to struggle with this entire time. And here comes Kensley Smith. He's going to send it to the inside with a crossover through 3 and 4. He's going to slide up with a slide job in front of the 14. Here comes the 14 back down to the inside. We've got another crossover. Oh my goodness, what great racing this is. We're almost halfway here. That 15's holding strong there on the outside. The 14 of Lee Campbell. He's trying to get to him. He wants to get there. And man, you got to imagine what Truth Hulk is got to be enjoying as well, as a great view behind him or in front of him. He's about half a second back from these two. As they are doing battle. Oh, a little bit of contact there in the 3. Definitely unintentional. And just like that, the 14, he is going to take the lead away from the 15. Thanks to, at least in part, to that contact there through entering turn 3. Man, what a great battle those two were putting on right there. That was so much fun. Man, that 15 is now going to be under attack from the 59 of Truth Hoke. Wow. We are now lap number 40. We are going to be completing the halfway point when Lee Campbell comes across the line this time around. And right now, we'll go ahead and look for a battle back here in the 5th position between the, the 4th position. No, I'm sorry, yes, the 5th position. Ira Kohlhaas and Chris Blassie, as Ira's going to take that position away. He pit 2 laps later than that number 11, so looking like some of those tires doing him some benefit. The 11, though, still a great run on the outside. 21, Ira. I raced with him personally on many of occasions, him having raced in a league that I ran. And he's a very, very clean driver, so it doesn't surprise me at all. He just gave room to that number 11 where he could. As 11's actually going to be able to go ahead and keep that position. And he's like, no, I'll keep 5th away from you for now, Ira. Next closest battle is going to be Todd Slauson and Dennis Kane there for the 7th position. And then we look down. Let's see. Brandon Sanfilippo back in the 11th position. He had to take a fast repair as part of the damage that he incurred coming down pit lane. So that was his one and only fast repair. And then Brandon Honeycutt, the number 13, running in the 12th position. He as well also spun coming down pit lane, or coming onto pit lane, and so of course that cost him quite a bit in that exchange. And here it is, 22 in the 4. So that's Slauson and Dennis Kane. Now they're doing battle for the 7th position. Then let's see here, the 20. All right, so lap number 43. Again, I say we should probably see some of these drivers coming down pit lane around lap number, I'd say 50, give or take. I mean, if you can extend it, I mean, because you got to pit at least one more time after that. So I'd wonder, do you kind of just short pit it a little bit, kind of split up that final stage? If you pit lap, you know, let's say 26, and that leaves you the final 54 laps. So instead of doing 26 laps, do it in 22, 23. You know, you kind of short pit it a little bit, and I'd say you would gain overall by doing so. So I wonder if we'll see if any of these drivers consider that fact, as now we have a battle for the 3rd position. Andrew Teft to the inside of Truth Hoke, and he's gonna clear him as they go down that long front stretch. And right now, Andrew, your highest running Ford, or I can say your highest running non-Chevrolet, as Chevys do own the first 2 positions with Lee Campbell and Kenzie Smith, then Andrew Teft. Then your only, I don't know if we just lost Lee Campbell or if it disconnected. Nope, he's back. Okay, he's back. Okay, we lost him for almost an entire lap. He's coming in and out, so we'll let that, I guess, kind of figure out. Definitely his internet. And we're also having some issues with the servers. I even noticed that yesterday in a race we were doing, where like I think the entire field blinked at the same time, and everybody was trying to come over the radio and mention it. We look back over here. Still, our closest battle in the field is for that 7th and 8th position for Todd Slauson and Dennis Kane. Still stabilizing at the moment. So it looks like Lee Campbell's internet, it's going to stabilize for him as well. He's now out to a 1.3 second lead over Kensley Smith. Man, I tell you, Lee Campbell's just done a great job on saving his tires. Unbelievable for him. And then our very own Alan Bergen as well. He's going to be the first one to the beer stand. Going to get that award for our buddy tonight. Definitely not an easy car. I told him before this race. This is the stock car that I have the least amount of seat time in. And by no means is it that I don't like this car. I think it's a very fun car to drive, but I already suck as it is. So this just makes it even more difficult. We've got to give it another shot. And for those of you that would like to, I mean, here we are, 48 laps into this race. We haven't had a caution just yet. And so this league definitely recruiting, looking for some more quality drivers to join in and put it to some of these guys. Let's get some Fords in here. We only had one Toyota and Allen come out tonight, so we need some Toyota drivers to join the field as well. And then only 3 Fords. So we have 10 Chevrolets dominating the field right now. Let's go ahead and get some new drivers to join the Racing Elite Xfinity Series. They have a truck in Next Gen. Those are also broadcasted here on the Sim Racing Media Network on the week as well. Trucks on Tuesdays. They just got their playoff started as well yesterday. And then the Next Gen's racing tomorrow. I'll bring it up here for everyone in just a moment. After tonight's race, we head to Kansas next week. Definitely one of my favorite races on the schedule. We have 105 laps there. It will be a night race, which will be nice. And for those of you wondering, just in case, this is a 2011 style chase for the Cup. That's why I mentioned earlier that it is the chase, to emphasize that they are using the NASCAR style playoffs from 2011. Then after Kansas, we head to Texas, which I think, honestly, the Xfinity cars can be pretty fun. And then we head to Iowa, which, you know what, I just suck there regardless, so it doesn't matter what track. And then we head to New Atlanta to be the season finale. That will be the season finale for both the Xfinity and the Next Gens. The trucks, they head to... Oh, they just did Richmond yesterday. They head to Charlotte next week. They then go to Milwaukee, Daytona, and then they finish their season off at Auto Club, which a great season finisher to have Auto Club. You can have those races just go green, 3-4 ride racing happening throughout most of the time. So definitely some exciting racing that we get to have happen here thanks to the Racers Elite series. Xfinity right now, again, Next Gen's tomorrow, and that is the same time, 7:45 Eastern is when that will get started. It is the same for all trucks, Xfinity, and the Next Gens, whether it's Tuesday, Wednesdays, or on Thursdays. And as the season does get ready to get finished up, the Racers Elite, just kind of, one of our top, if not our top series that we have here on the Sim Racing Media Network. So we're definitely pretty grateful for them. And we're going to go ahead and take up our first commercial break here of the evening. So hang on tight, everybody. We will be right back before these drivers start hitting pit lane. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. My dog has a best friend, and when the two of them are huskies, they will scream for each other. So, and that's what was going to be coming back on in the background. So that you guys will not have to hear it, but still got to at least enjoy the pit cycle as it was happening. Kenzie Smith pit one lap earlier than Lee Campbell as he did the last time. And I think he advanced. It definitely worked out a lot better for him because he was closer to Lee this time around. And so he's got a 1.5-second lead right now. We've got 24 laps to go. So it's going to be a nice, long, extended run for these drivers. And so we've seen that Lee Campbell has been spectacular on saving his tires and doing a great job on the long run, especially at the end of the long run. Those final 5 to 6 laps where it seems that everybody struggles the most, Lee is just struggling the least, it almost would say. Everybody's going to have a struggle with the way it drives. And so we'll have to see. Does Kensley, or is he able to adjust well? He's got a nice lead. Hopefully not push it too hard. That last time around, their lap times were about the same. But the lap time being the same doesn't always mean that the tire saving is the same. You could be doing a lot better job saving tire, and sometimes run the same amount of lap times, and sometimes even quicker, and you don't even realize it at certain points. Just with the way the track adjusts. Right now, I think the track temps probably. Let's go ahead and bring that up and see. Yeah, it's up to 111 degrees, so it's actually gone back up to about what it was when they were in qualifying. So these drivers are struggling to drive this around about the way it was earlier on. So it's only gotten more slick as this race has gone on, and I think you can notice that in our fastest lap times haven't quite been the same as what they were earlier. And then right now, I think our closest battle, you see Slauson is all over the back bumper there of Ira Kohlhaas. Ira did pit 2 laps later than Slauson, or I guess Slauson pit 2 laps earlier than everybody else. He was the first one on pit lane. And I think he just wanted to try to get advantage as early as he can on this final green flag run before the end. We're coming down now, 21 laps to go. Todd currently under attack from that number 98 of Andrew Teff. Andrew going to look to the inside. You see the flames coming out of the exhaust there on the right side of that 98. He's going to slide right up in front of that number 22. Man, got the speed, but one of those moments that's just going to make you pucker up a little bit as you try to make that pass. I know these drivers are also a little bit spread out, but we'll also go ahead and try to hit this, get a little bit of a turn it up session for you guys and get some good onboard action for some of these drivers. So go ahead, take a listen. As I always say, if you've got any type of headphones in, you might want to turn it down a little bit. We will bring up the volume. Everybody enjoy. All right, time to quiet that down. We have a battle for the lead. A moment ago in that turn it up session that we had there. Sorry, the graphic just was not coming up, but nonetheless, you saw that 14. He was up against the wall coming off of the turn, and here he is through on the backstretch. He's going to go ahead and take the lead off of turn number 2 from that number 15. The question is, can Kensley Smith do anything to hang on? And you see him drive extremely hard. It's going to get really tight for him off of turn 4. He was absolutely full throttle, and that's going to cost him. You see there, minimum, he is 4, almost 5 miles per hour slower going into turn 1. And well, when you're already going over 190 miles per hour into it, yeah, that 4 and 5 miles per hour will make a big difference. And that's what's going to cost Kensley Smith now half a second behind your leader. Again, he did pit 1 lap before him, and starting to see where that tire wear is really showing now. 14 laps to go in this race. And Andrew Teft having pit on lap number 54, so the most recent one and highest up of those having pit. He's now made his way to the 3rd position, and now only about 6.5 tenths behind Kensley Smith, 1.2 seconds behind Lee Campbell. I just don't think that lap difference is going to be enough for Andrew, and just how fast Lee has been overall in this race. That's a lot to make up. He's a little bit, he was a 10th quicker that time, but a 10th quicker only gets it to him. That doesn't even include the time that he would need to make the pass on the 15. As here he is in the 3. Let's see what it does for the Andrew. He's just gonna be able to just absolutely send it in there and probably not even do it too much. I think even for Kensley, he's noticed that his tires are gone at this point. Right now, Kensley under attack as well from Ira Kohoff. Ira's going to clear Kensley, so in a span of just a couple of laps, Kensley looking at a possible victory, going to fall now to the 4th position. That car behind is your pole sitter, Truth Hoke. Unfortunately, had an issue on pit lane. Not sure exactly what that may have been, if it was speeding or what the case may be, but he was held in his pit box, and he was now down 1 lap in the 9th position. So issues here for more of your playoff drivers as this race continues. Now coming down, only 11 laps to go. I think Kensley should be fine. Got about 2 seconds over Todd Slauson. I don't think Todd is going to gain on him that, well, I don't know, half a second that last time around. So, and then here, this last time, Teft was actually half a tenth slower than Campbell. So, yeah, time running out for Teft if he's going to want to go up there and make a run at this lead and quite possibly at a victory here tonight. And all the meanwhile, Kensley is, Lee Campbell, he's just trying to go ahead and grab that victory number 1 here of the season for him. 8 top 10s in his 10 starts, but only 2 top 5s. And so that gives me the notion of a driver who's very, very consistent. Probably bottom end, top 5, top 10 speed throughout the season. But, man, Lee has come out here just absolutely lights out quick and has done a great job put on a show with some of these drivers. But, man, dominating this race, essentially. I'm going to say he's probably going to lead the most laps. And right now with 9 laps to go, still a lot of laps to go. That is 18 miles around this track still. So plenty left to happen. Any caution could come out. Everybody's got a chance to put 4 fresh fuel goods on there. But I think right now, Goodyear being the title sponsor or the main sponsor of this car, I don't think he's worried about getting 4 fuel goods right now, because this is a number 14 car that's just been lights out. Going to focus into a good battle we have on track right now, the 11 and the 4. That's Chris Blassie and then Dennis Kane. Each of those drivers are up 4 positions respectively from their starting positions. And the 4 going to get the 11 a little bit loose there. He's got some fresher tires, he feels like, or he's going to get to his inside, at least try to. We got a good solid battle now for the 6th position as well. These 2 drivers fighting hard. To 11, he's going to go up a little bit and kind of just cut down, try to angle that as much as he can. You really get that run off of turn 2, and that's what makes making that pass so difficult for drivers like the number 4 there on that inside. Even with fresher tires, even if you feel like you're faster, it can still be a little bit difficult through there. And so looking through, again, this is my, I think my first time here for the Xfinity Series for Racers Elite. So kind of just looking through here now as we come down to 6 laps to go. Lee Campbell is genuinely putting on something no less than just unbelievable right now, because not only will this be his first win possibly of the season, this will be his first win of the series here for him. 27, now this would be his 28th start, and only had 17 laps led up until this point, so he's easily going to go ahead and surpass that mark. And right now just doing a great job trying to hold on here for the final 5 laps of this race. And started outside pole, so it's not like he wasn't quick already beforehand. I'm gonna go ahead and see for some of the rest of these drivers. Andrew Teft, again, he's there, but second place is just not gonna be enough. And then Blassie, the 11 and the 4, they made contact. I don't know if the 4 meant to put him in the wall. That's just hard racing. They're off of 2, and the 11 does make contact with the wall coming off of turn 2. So that's some hard battle right there, even for the 6th position now. Think about it. We're coming down to 3 laps to go. That means we have already completed 76 laps. Yes, 77 laps. I'm sorry, if I can do my math correctly. 77 laps. We have been green the entire time, and right now only one driver, with Allen being not completing through this race. So the drivers are tired. This is not easy, especially having to wheel these cars around this track. It is not something that is easy to continue doing for so many laps, just non-stop. Your real only break is coming down pit lane, and even then you're so focused on not having any mistakes, as even then you saw for 3 of your playoff drivers essentially, in Truth Hoke, Brandon Sanfilippo, and Brandon Honeycutt having their issues on pit lane. So really from here, your top 7, they are all playoff drivers. I'll double check my excuse me. Yeah, all them being, yes, top 7 being playoff drivers. Of course, with Alex Teft being your only non-playoff driver currently on the lead lap, and just breaking up them through the 11th position. Coming off turn number 2, something happened to Todd Slauson. I don't know, but they're suddenly now 3 wide for this 5th position. So Dennis Kane going to now suddenly steal 2 spots in the final couple laps of this race. And then it's a battle between Chris Blassie, and Todd Slauson's actually having to come down pit lane. So unfortunate for him, he did pit kind of a few laps earlier than these guys. I don't know if maybe he was running out of fuel, possibly. Maybe pit a little too early, didn't get it completely full. Nonetheless, We're coming down here into turn number 3. He's got it over a 1.5-second lead. Lee Campbell in the number 14 Chevrolet Camaro in his 28th start in the in the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. He will take home the victory for the very first time. Congratulations here for Lee, doing it at absolutely the best time possible as we get the playoff started here for the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Again, big win here for Lee Campbell, and a great way to get it done for the first time. This would be only his third top 5 of the season. Here you see league owner Andrew Teff coming in, give a little bit of a congratulatory push here to that number 14 as a congratulations. Definitely you love as a league owner to see it when a driver who 28 starts, that's a lot, over probably 2 seasons now for the 14, and to finally see him get into victory lane. So you're gonna see him come down and start doing this burnout here in just a moment to let it get right up against the wall, so you have a real fun one. Let's see if we can find now our 14. He's actually gonna go ahead and decide not to do a burnout. We're gonna go ahead and bring him in now. And Lee, this is Angel here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me, buddy?
I got you, bud.
Well, Lee, it took you 28 starts here in the Racers Elite Xfinity Series, but you're finally going to get it done. You're going to bring it home in victory lane. Man, walk us through this.
It was nerve-wracking for sure. I just tried to hit my marks all the way around the track, and I had a fight with Kensley quite a bit there for a while, and he just kind of dropped off, and I was just praying I had enough gas to get to the end. And yeah, that's about it, man.
Yeah, that was a great battle between you and Kensley. He definitely dropped pretty hard there. I don't know if maybe just some type of, if he tagged the wall, had some type of damage, because he fell all the way back to 4th, almost 10 seconds back. But Lee, I mean, you did this in overall, and even with some great battles we had, it was still almost clear that you just had the dominant car today, just being the dominant driver. Did you expect this coming into tonight? Is Michigan a track that fits into your wheelhouse? Because you finished 20th earlier this season, or last season, when they came here to Xfinity cars.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Yeah, it is one of my favorite tracks. It's this is an auto club. It's a wide open track. There's lots of. It's tough to pass. It's a lot of fun.
Well, it's tough to pass for sure. I mean, it looks like almost nobody could really make that pass on the inside unless you had significantly fresher tires. But you definitely were able to make that work as well to your favor. So, Lee, you do this at the right time to get that first victory. You're going to do so here starting off the playoffs as well, with some of your fellow drivers having some issues. And so definitely a great way to start them off. Next week we head to Kansas. Is that another track that plays into the favor of Lee Campbell?
Yeah, it actually does. I like Kansas a lot too, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely is one of my favorite tracks as well. So, Lee, we'll go ahead and let you celebrate. Let's go ahead and let you thank who you got to thank, and of course your shout outs, and well, you get a whole week to be the winner.
Oh, absolutely. I'll enjoy it. Thanks to you guys for broadcasting. Thanks for Andrew from running the league, and the fantastic drivers that are out there. I have a blast with each and every one of you guys. Of course, my teammates at Full Send Esports. I can't thank them enough. Family, they allow me the time to do this, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Definitely got a big shout out to them. So congratulations again, Lee, on your first career victory in the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. We'll see you next week at Kansas. Enjoy this victory.
Thanks, man.
All right, man. Lee Campbell going to be taking home the victory. Let's go ahead and find our league owner here and bring him on in. Andrew, this is Angel here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, hey, Angel.
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure to be here for your Xfinity Series. Got to do the trucks last week. not to say because you are the league owner that I chose your paint scheme as my favorite of the evening. I think it's more of me being a Ford guy. um, Nonetheless, what a fantastic race! You had 80 laps, go completely green here tonight, and you come home in second place. Is something that you anticipated, or walk me through maybe what you thought the evening would go like and how it did go.
Um, it's funny. We didn't realize we could two-stop it until like after the first pit stop. We were just racing away, not really thinking, and realized we could do it. And I didn't really have to save that hard. I don't know if it's just my driving style because I was kind of easy at the starts, but I just kind of ran my normal pace. Saw some other guys having to lift and maybe clutch it, but yeah, clean race overall. It just makes me wish I could have found a second somewhere, whether on like pit entry or pit road. I don't know, somewhere, anywhere.
Yeah, you always wish you could have. A man that Lee Campbell, man, he was a man on a mission today. Just a dominant win. He was a guy who wanted this win, and we saw you come up there, give him a little congratulations there. His first victory in 28 starts. I know as a league owner, even then that feels nice to see your drivers end up successful in such a way.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him. He's one of our day one guys back when we used to run NASCAR Heat on PlayStation. So it's fun to see everybody switch over and evolve, and um, yeah, it's just fun. Same thing with Truth. He was another day oneer. We're all learning this together, and it's really rewarding just watching it all unfold.
Yeah, truth, man. You know he's got that speed. That pole position was no joke for him. So, Andrew, you're gonna go ahead and head to Kansas next week. Got a little bit of a nice points cushion, at least compared to some of these other drivers, with a nice second place finish here tonight. How does Kansas fit into your wheelhouse? You looking forward to it? Maybe regretting putting it on the schedule?
Um, yeah, it's one of those aero battle kind of tracks, and I try to be more of a Mark Martin-esque sort of driver, but so it's a little outside my style, but you got to do what you got to do there. Slide jobs, easy to get, freight train on the bottom. Uh, we just ran a race there in Gen 6 on Sunday actually, and it just super competitive the entire time, so it'll be fun. It's always a good playoff race.
It's one of my favorites, and I say regret putting it on the schedule as a driver. Not you get what I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can say so myself. So Andrew, congratulations again. And well, I guess we'll go ahead and give you a shot. Did I give you shout outs? No,
Not
no.
yet,
Go
but
ahead. Yeah, go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
yeah, just our servicemen and women, everybody that tunes in to watch and shows up to race. If anybody's interested in checking us out, just head on over to racerselite.com. You can find invites to our Discord servers, info on future events, schedules, rosters, the whole nine yards. And if you need any more help, just talk to me and we'll figure it out. So, but yeah, just congrats to Lee again. That's really awesome. I think he's had one coming for a long time. He's got a lot of speed. Just needed things to unfold the right way, and they did. So happy for him.
There we go. All right, appreciate it, Andrew, and we'll see you next week at Kansas. Hopefully, from Victory Lane this time around.
Yep, thank you.
All right, and we'll go ahead and bring in your final racer here tonight. Hold on just a moment. And in third place here, Ira Kohos. Ira, this is Angel in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me, buddy?
Yes, sir. I got you. What's going on, man?
Well, man, it's great to be able to talk to you again. Nice to doing so here from the third position. I'm sure you wish 2 spots more, but nonetheless a good way to start the playoffs.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Michigan's just a weird track with these Xfinity cars, and if you don't hit that seam coming off of 2, it kind of screws your whole backstretch, which screws your whole lap, and it was just. It is what it is. A few guys tagged the wall on the outside, and it was an interesting race.
Yeah, an interesting race it was. Next week we get to go to Kansas. Campbell and Teff kind of maybe a little bit of mixed bag reviews on that. One loved it. One maybe isn't sure if they should be or shouldn't be excited for Kansas. How does that fit into the old wheelhouse of Ira Kohos?
Well, this is supposed to be the closest thing that there is to real racing out there. And if you watch the races at Kansas this past weekend, how could you not be excited to go run the wall? I mean, that's that's one of the best tracks that there is, and they better not repave it, better not touch it. Just leave it alone. It puts a good show on, whether it's trucks, ARCA, anything. But I mean, you get up there and you can get up there and bang the boards at Kansas, and that's what I like to do. So we'll strap in out there and we'll see how that goes.
I could not agree more. I think it was maybe it was Carson Hocevar on his X page where he even said if we're considering repaving or redoing Texas, can we change it to Kansas? Or somebody had said it, like, can we make it just like Kansas and we'll just have 4 Kansas races in a season? So great racing, without a doubt. And Ira, you're going to be closer to the front in these points than you are to the back. Next couple of races, this being a 2011 chase style, something you're used to, not used to. How do you go preparing for that as well over the next couple of races?
Well, I mean, the chase format's changed so much, and with this one here, I mean, it's you go in, you take the green flag, and you finish the best that you can, and let the points worry about themselves. I'm very much an old school. You know, you're not going to destroy the car to try to finish third and then wind up finishing 7th when you could let the guy by and finish 4th. So we'll just let the points fall how they may and see where we wind up.
Not too much of a surprise of a response there for for Ira. So I love it. Go ahead and let's go ahead and get those friends, family. You got to get shouted out. Any sponsors? We'll let you go enjoy this podium and prepare to see you from the booth in Victory Lane next week.
That sounds good to me. Definitely got to thank my wife, Callie, and my 2 girls, Clara and Lorena. Got to thank Wally and Pop. They watch most of these that I send to them. Got to thank Matthews Archery and Randy and Jennifer Sellers, RGS Automotive. Got to thank Kinsley for being the head honcho at DEI and painting these good-looking cars. And if I don't get to talk to you guys tomorrow night, we'll go ahead and say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that make this world go around.
You're right. Without them, this world most certainly would not go around. So, Ira, I appreciate it. Very nice to talk to you again, buddy. Good luck. We'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Good talking to you, man.
All right. Ira once again mentioning used to race in one of my iRacing leagues. We'll go ahead and finish this race up here. Let's bring up our final results for tonight, and then we'll let everybody go. Lee Campbell again getting his first win now in 28 starts in the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Andrew Teft in second. Ira Kohlhaas gonna round out the podium there in third. Kensley Smith, Dennis Kane gonna make out the top 5. Chris Blassie and Alex Teft gonna make 6th and 7th. Todd Slauson, Truth Hoke, 8th and 9th, and Brandon Sanfilippo gonna round out your top 10. 11th gonna belong to Brandon Honeycutt. Aaron Marcus in 12th, I'm sorry, oh my goodness. And then our very own Alan Bergen going to be the first to the beer stand in 13th. Want to thank everybody again for what was a great race here on the Sim Racing Media Network, brought to you by the drivers of the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. This was race number 1 of their 2011 Chase Style playoffs, in which, as I mentioned, it's going to be all about points. So, Lee, great win for him again. Congratulations to your top 3. We are excited to bring you the next gen race from Michigan for the Racers Elite tomorrow night. And then we will be back with Racers Elite for their truck series next Tuesday. And then back, of course, here at Kansas next Wednesday night. Same time as always. Thank you again, everybody. We'll see you next week. Have a great night.